Good afternoon. This is Spotlight. I am Dina Ventura,
I'm Jojo Silvestre.
and we have special guests this afternoon.
Yes, today
Yes.
we have very special guests. They're making me hungry.
Uh-huh.
We have Roger and Angeli Monsale of Koibito's World of Gelato, the home to rare and authentic gelato in the Philippines.
Keyword.
So that's something,
rare.
yeah.
Not something
And
usual.
authentic. So, kumusta kayo? How has it been like? May nag-ice cream ba ngayong pandemic? Do people still eat gelato?
Hi, good afternoon.
Oo.
We're okay.
Oo.
So far, surprisingly, may mga tao pa din who would buy our gelato. Kasi it's not, it's not, I mean, gelato kasi it's not necessity. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they can just let go of that. But surprisingly, there are still our regular customers who would still buy our gelato. And we're thankful for that.
Pag lockdown ba, tumitigil din kayo ng production? Or it's tuloy-tuloy?
It depends.
Depends on the demand.
It depends on the demand.
Oo.
Kasi we got an account na parang siyang staycation na kahit nung
Oo.
nag-lockdown.
Mm.
So, kahit nung nag-lockdown, they would still order from us kasi madami pa rin silang guests.
Oo.
So yun nga, thankfully, we got that account. We're so thankful with that kasi we got that account even during the pandemic.
Oo.
So parang yun yung naging saving saving factor namin during this pandemic.
Did you have an easy time yung yung supply ng prutas and all that?
Oh, your ingredients, no?
Yeah.
Sourcing.
Oo. Was it easy sourcing them?
No, actually not. That's our challenge. We used to have, we have about 52 recipes. There's a shop, we would serve about 30. And then now we're down to about 15 flavors na lang. Para
Wow.
sustainable.
So from 52 down to 15
Oo.
during the pandemic.
Wow, 52!
Dami. Oh.
Para sa inventory, we don't need to keep a lot of inventories kasi nga during this pandemic, we want to stay afloat also.
So that's what you had to do during the pandemic. You had to adjust your menu selection para
Oo.
to accommodate the supply also of ingredients. Okay.
Ito ba, is this produced every day?
Gelato. Yes, tell us
Oo.
about gelato.
Oo.
How is it different from the normal
Oo.
ice cream that everybody knows?
Or from the dirty ice cream?
Oh, yeah.
Oo.
It's made exactly the Italian way, the techniques, and the recipe itself. I went to Italy to study how to make it.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to use local ingredients because we're so rich in
Oo.
natural resources, and I wanted to even upgrade our
Ice cream.
Oo.
ingredients.
Yes. The difference is the process.
Okay.
See, with the gelato, we pasteurize our base.
Okay.
So with pasteurize, kasi you have to the heat, you have to
Bakit?
you have to reach a certain level of major difference between the gelato and the dirty ice cream. Yes. But with with ice cream kasi usually we associate it with industrial ice creams like Selecta, Magnolia, and the likes. So the major difference between an ice cream and a gelato is the overrun. When you say overrun, is the amount of air that you incorporate with your ice cream or with your ingredient.
Oh.
With ice cream kasi, you try tasting an ice cream or eating an ice cream, it melts right away in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oo.
With gelato, it's more denser. And
Oo
you can really
pala.
taste the flavor. It's more denser, parang
It's like you're eating frozen clay.
frozen clay. That's what they
Oo.
say. It's like you're eating frozen clay.
That's
And,
true.
yun, kasi,
Diba?
oh, kasi you have at least 120% of overrun or the air that's incorporated with the product. With gelato, it's only
25.
between 25 and 30%. So ang laki ng gap.
Mm-mm.
And also with ice cream. So mas madami yung cream niya compared naman sa gelato, it's more of a milk. So
Oh, I
they
Nako.
say that it's a healthier alternative versus
Oh.
compared to
How
ice
good to
cream.
know.
Tayo sa lipa.
Oh, tayo na sa lipa. So, how did your business start? Why gelato in part? Why did you choose gelato to be your main
Oo.
business?
It was a tremendous sacrifice I had to make. Before this, kasi my real childhood dream was to become a pilot. And then I had a regular job, and then I was also going to flight school at the same time. And then we got married, and
In the
then
States.
yes, I used to live in the States kasi before, and then we got married. She decided for me to come back here to the
Ganon.
Before we got married, sige, I agreed with him, sige, let's settle there in the States. But after we got married, sabi ko,
She changed her mind.
change of plans. Can we just settle here in the Philippines?
Bakit?
Wala na siyang kawala eh.
Bakit?
Married na.
Why did you like to stay put in the Philippines? Eh, bongga sa Amerika, sabi nila.
Kasi kami, our family talaga is in the business. Our family talaga is in the business. So, we have a family business na dito. So, parang nung that time, ako kasi, before I joined the family business, I had a job also in the corporate world.
Oo.
But then, yung mommy ko kasi, or she really asked for help na, if I can join the family business. And then, before we got married, that's the time that I joined the family business.
That's not the security agency. No.
I don't know. It's
No,
not.
okay.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, the
Oo.
security agency.
Oo.
Where our family is into agriculture. Fresh
Okay.
eggs. We produce fresh eggs.
Oh, wow.
And
Ay, related
so,
ano?
Mm-mm. Ice cream and eggs.
Oo.
that was, nung time na yun, that was the time na when the year that we got married was also the year that I first joined the family business. So,
Oh.
nung sabi ko, paano ko iiwan? So, hindi ko maiiwan. So, sabi ko, sige, hintayin ko na lang na makasal kami. Para after that, wala na siya. No choice na siya na.
I had to start all over again.
Oo.
Wow, grabe, that's love.
Oo.
That's why we always say that the Koibitos is a story of love. Actually, that's kasi when we decided to when he agreed with me, no, na we'll just settle here in the Philippines, where he thought of, okay, sige, what will I do there? Kasi syempre yung job niya is in the States. So sabi niya, I love ice cream.
I love
Pero,
to eat ice cream.
yun, I love to eat ice cream. So sabi niya, why not offer the Batangas market for that
Oo.
that time, the Batangas market, the premium, not just any ice cream, but the premium ice cream. So he made the research, and then he came up with a gelato. So
Galing.
yun, that's the reason why we have this business right now.
Ang galing, ha?
How long ago was that when you set up the business? Was it in 2012 agad after you got married?
No,
2015.
kasi after we got married, we were still in long distance relationship for about a year.
Ah.
So he decided to come home
About
to 2014, beginning of 2014. So nung time na yun, we were just doing our research pa and all. And 2000, I think we started the Gelato 2015.
2015.
Yes, that was 2015. Tapos during that time when we finally decided to put up a business na Gelato, yun nga, nag-decide siya na to study in Italy to how to make the gelato. Kasi
Okay.
the gelato talaga, the original is in Italy.
Yes.
So, sabi ko, we cannot, just to set us apart from other people or from other gelato businesses, you have to study and then you have to make your own recipes. Hindi ko alam na mixes lang and then we just mix it and then we come up with a flavor. So you have to do the nitty-gritty talaga of doing the
From
gelato.
scratch, no?
Oo,
Almost,
oo.
no?
Masaya
You
din.
don't do anything halfway, no? Kayong dalawa.
Oo, ha?
Parang
Imagine.
start ka from the
At saka talaga nagpunta ng Italy, ha?
una, in-uproot niya yung sarili niya
Oo.
from where he was
No,
working.
unang-una nagpakasal sila.
Yeah, talagang hindi, walang half-baked.
Oo, yung shortcut, walang
Oo.
ganon. Have you always loved ice cream or paano? Were you always interested in ice cream or hindi naman?
Yes, actually, yes. That's one of my I can eat ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So it doesn't show you're not,
Ang swerte niya.
Oo, you kept your weight.
So it's actually fun. I get to learn how to actually make it talaga, and then and share it to the rest of the world.
Kasi with him, ako kasi medyo on the health conscious side. So, hindi I don't easily eat yung mga sweets, no? Pero with his recipe, not to brag, pero kasi inaano niya kasi parang they would calculate talaga the sugar content. So, actually everything, just to balance everything out. Whichever was concerned ako dun sa sugar content. Minsan parang ang objective kasi is just to have a clean finish in your palate. Hindi walang aftertaste, wala yung you would want to drink water after eating the gelato. Parang ganun yung, kaya na-amaze din ako, so this is how you make gelato pala. It's not purely sugar lang na ganun, na with the preservatives and all. Kasi kami, he doesn't put preservatives. He doesn't mix preservatives with this
You also
gelato.
have a sugar-free version, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
They have.
Tayo na.
Tayo na.
What does Koibito mean?
It's Japanese for lover. It wasn't inside joke. It wasn't inside joke between the two of us. Kasi when I was in high school, I studied Japanese kasi. And then I spoke to her in Japanese and she hated it. And then eventually nung naging kami.
Hindi ko alam kung ano yung sinasabi niya sa akin. Sabi ko, I have no idea. Baka kung ano na sinasabi mo sa akin. I think you're cursing me or what, diba? Tapos yun, super hit ko talaga nun. Not until I found out kung ano yung sinabi niya. And one of that terms kasi was Koibito. And then when we got together, sabi ko, medyo cheesy Or sabi ko sa kanya, so, what are you gonna call me? Sabi niya, Angeli. Sabi ko, ang corny mo naman. Everybody calls me Angeli. Ayaw ganyan. Sabi ko, sige, why not Koibito? Kasi Koibito is a Japanese term for lover, by the way. So, yun. Tapos sabi namin, sige, pwede naman. So, we just make it shorter. So, parang nag-isip kami. Sabi ko, Koib? Or until finally we decided na Koibs na lang. Kaya we call each other Koibs.
I see.
Koibs.
Yan yung story. That's the story behind it. Tapos sabi ko, when we were putting up this business, parang when we were thinking of a name, una naisip namin, Batangas Creamery just because we're here in Batangas, or Rogers just because he's Roger. Pero sabi ko, parang ang corny, parang pag tinanong ng tao sa atin, so what's the story behind? So sabi niya, well, because it's born here in Batangas, if it's Batangas Creamery, di ba? Or if it's Roger, it's because his name is Roger. Pero at least kasi, if it's Koibito, we can proudly say na it's a story of love.
When may story
Oo.
attached.
Yung
Yes,
Koibs,
big
no?
part.
Oh, yung Koibs.
Parang kabaliktaran ng Bikoy.
Oo nga,
Oh.
no. It sounds the
Kung may
same.
kilala ka na gano'n, di ba? You can call him Koibs, di
Oo,
ba?
pwede. And it will mean love.
Oo, di ba? Anyway, ito naman, a little piece of Italy. What does that mean? Kasi nga,
Yes, because our recipes are exactly from Italy talaga.
Oo.
And then I was able to really capture what gelato is like in Italy.
where in
it's
Italy?
in Bologna.
Bologna.
That's the northern
Oh,
part of Italy. Yes.
Okay.
oo.
Tell us a bit more about studying how to make gelato. What was that like? But before you do that, let's pause for a short break. And we're back on Spotlight. Hi, Jojo.
Hi.
We are here with a sweet couple.
Yes,
Ooh,
very.
Why are they sweet?
Because they're Koibs.
Okay. Roger and Angeli Monsale of Koibito's Gelato. So, Roger, tell us about how you learned to make gelato in Italy. How did you choose your school, di ba? Parang, paano?
Oo, ha?
How did
Oo.
I wanted to learn from the best, so I researched
Dun
and
pala.
I came across Carpigiani, Gelato University. There's a university.
Wow!
talaga.
That's
Oh.
a university for
Right.
gelato.
Yes. And then it was a month-long course, so I did 3 weeks and then a one-day internship in at their own gelateria talaga. So we made gelato for them, and then we stayed there for a little bit and still went around Italy to try. Kasi ang daming gelatos talaga sa Italy, so we had to try the best and what's trending and what other flavors are there that we haven't heard of. So we were there for a month and a half, in Italy. Aside from the course itself, we also discovered what Italy has to offer, and then we wanted to bring exactly what they have in Italy here in the Philippines.
Oo.
Hence our tagline, a little piece of Italy.
I see. So,
Kinain nila yung different flavors
oo.
within the time they were there.
Oo. So, how did you
Yeah.
find your perfect gelato flavor? Parang
Oh,
for
we
you.
were in Venice. Tapos there's this gelato place that it was hidden. So what we did was we just asked the locals, where can I find the best gelato?
Oh.
And then they led us to this hidden store. And then this flavor was cremino. It was a mixture of hazelnuts and then salted caramel. And then 2 flavors in one. And then they have
Chocolate
the
ganache.
chocolate ganache. That was a eureka moment for me when I tried it. I said, I really have to make this back home and offer it because it became my favorite flavor.
Of all time.
Yeah.
Wow. What about you, Angeli? What's your favorite flavor?
My favorite is the Batangas Tablea.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. May local,
Yeah, kasi he developed local flavors like Batangas Tablea, the
Kapeng
Kapeng Barako,
Cashew
then the
butter.
cashew butter. So those three are when every time before the pandemic, we would join bazaars and we would join trade fairs.
Mhm.
So we would always showcase those three flavors. The cashew butter kasi is from Rizal. It's developed by one of the MSMEs in Rizal. So kasi we are very active in DTI.
Mhm.
So meron kaming mga groups, meron kaming mga seminars. So and during that seminar, during that group parang seminar, nakilala namin yung one of the owners nung cashew butter. So pinatry sa amin and then sabi niya, oh, I can turn this into gelato. So he did. And yun nga, so every time we join the bazaar, yun lagi yung flavors namin just to, promote the local
Tanong ko
flavors.
pa, Filipino pa
And
rin.
plus, the fourth one is
Filipino pa rin.
pistachio. Just because everybody loves pistachio.
The sugar.
The sugar-free pistachio.
Sugar-free pistachios. Oh.
Aside from those three, no, meron pa ba kayong ibang Philippine-inspired or, na
We have
flavors?
salted sweet corn, ube makapuno,
Oh.
So, belakta.
ube lang also.
Oo.
And pag season ng mangoes, we have the mango cheesecake and the mango sorbet.
Ano ang mabilis sa Batangas? Sa Lipa?
It's really chocolate.
It's still the chocolate. No matter
Oo.
for the Batangas market, it's still the chocolate. So the Batangas table is doing really good.
Oo, ano.
Because people like chocolate. And the
Chocolate hazelnut bonbons.
yes, the chocolate hazelnut bonbons.
It's like the gelato version of the Ferrero Rocher chocolate.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Oo, ha? Ang
Sounds
galing.
sweet.
You haven't tried Star Apple.
I haven't.
Oo.
It's always fun developing new flavors.
Oo. Pero kung ba, meron bang requirement sa klase ng prutas na ilalagay mo? Do they have to be fine or kahit rough or
Not
grainy
exactly.
or
We're mostly measuring the amount of sugar in it para we can match it we can match it with the rest of the overall gelato mix.
Mhm.
So you can make gelato out of any fruit, out of even any vegetables.
Oh,
Because
wow.
there's also vegetable there's also the gelato na that's savory.
Really? Like,
Yes, it's just not, hindi pa siya nagkiklik sa palate natin. We're not ready for it.
you mean
But
you've tried? You've tried vegetable gelato?
Back in Italy, yes, we've tried making gelato with tomatoes, cucumber, cheese. Also, it's
Wow.
different from our cheese flavored dirty ice cream. It's still different talaga. It's
Savory, no?
savory talaga siya.
Dina will love
I
that.
would love the
Oo,
cheese.
Oo, at saka yung veggies mo, di ba?
Oo.
Yun ang diet ni Dina eh.
Diet ko.
Oo.
Diet in gelato.
Oo.
He had tried making red horse sorbet.
Wow.
Oo.
Oh, I
So there
think
was a
that would be a hit among Filipinos, di
Oo,
ba?
ha?
Oo, there is a time talaga na,
I
I think
usually offer,
Father's Day.
every Father's Day I would offer it. So,
Okay. Speaking of Father's Day, what sort of flavors have you come up with recently to
recently.
to showcase your business?
Parang recently, we're being conservative recently.
Oo.
Because during this pandemic, we want to, lang talaga muna, just to stay conservative and to stay afloat.
Okay.
So, parang,
Although I did launch for Mother's Day naman, it's the ube makapano because I know that it's the kind of flavor that the
Moms
mommies
would like.
Oo.
was a hit. For Father's Day, I'm not sure if we're going to offer alcoholic gelato for now.
Oo nga, that sounds like a good idea.
Oo. Meron ba kayong
Limited edition.
inter-province?
Oh, they deliver, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have delivery. Do you still do that? Do you offer?
We froze it for a month.
for a month or because during, di ba nag-lockdown. So
Okay.
when there was a time na nag-spike, yung talaga yung, even here in Lipa, there was a time na nag-spike yung cases and sabi ko, wait
Oo.
lang, hold muna.
Oo,
Because
that's right.
for now, I mean, the health of our employees
Tama.
that's our priority for now. So medyo yung delivery is for now, no, for now, we're holding it to first. Pero I think nag-lift na yata, we're in GCQ now. So we might soon the delivery will be
Bring
back.
it back. Okay.
Ano ang maximum quantity just in case mag-debut ako?
Okay.
And I have 5,000 guests.
Okay. Paano yung
Oo.
ano?
Can you
Oh,
produce enough gelato for ano ang pinakamarami? Like for a wedding, how many people can you? Cone lang naman, di ba?
Cups? I don't
Or
know.
cups?
Cups, we serve them in cups. There is no maximum, right? But there is a minimum of
100.
100.
Okay.
100 cups.
For yes, for a minimum. Kasi we have the gelato cart, so we set it up in the venue.
Ganon.
So we have the gelato cup, we set it up in the venue. So the minimum for that is 100. For the maximum,
Kahit ilang cart yan, ha? Oo.
we can go the 500, 1,000.
Oo.
Realistically,
Kayang-kaya.
it's 1,000.
Oo.
Realistically, it's 1,000. It's between 100 and 1,000 guests.
Oo.
Okay.
Have you been sending to other parts of the country, like Iloilo?
Not yet, but a lot of people are asking.
I'm sure,
ha?
di ba?
Oo. Mag-franchise tayo.
Oo nga.
The store din nakat yung grand opening namin was supposed to be March 17
March 20.
to March 20, 2020.
Hala.
Oo.
And we had the lockdown
March
March 15.
17.
March 17. Yeah, that was March 7.
Oo.
So few days before,
Before the
sabi ko,
grand
oh
opening.
my, before the grand opening. Kaya parang medyo heartbroken kami during that time.
Oo.
Kasi we're really preparing. We're prepared na to open our shop, to have the grand opening and everything.
Oo.
Nakaplansyado na talaga siya. And then yun nga, the pandemic hit us and
Plans
it's out
on
of
hold,
control.
yeah.
And before that, we had the Taal, the January 2020.
Beginning of the year.
Oo, ano.
Yes, beginning of the year. So 2020 was really a tough time, a challenging time.
You were talking about 52 flavors? Meron bang ganun kadami? Ano yun? Ang dami.
We're just prepared to make to make 52 flavors. Some of them kasi are only Christmas flavors. Some of them come out during Valentine's Day only. So some of them are seasonal.
Oo.
nga
Oo.
naman. 52.
We're prepared
Ang
to
galing,
make
ha? For the 52 weeks.
Yung the idea kasi was yung showcase talaga. Yung freezer
Oo.
namin, showcase the gelato.
Oo.
And syempre open siya noon. Open talaga siya. So when this pandemic hit us, we had to package it. We had to close it just for sanitary, for safety reason.
I see. Where were you planning to open your store? Just in Lipa? Or were you planning to open in different parts of the country?
Well, for now, we have our flagship store at the outlets in Lipa, in Lima Technology Center. And then we were supposed to open 2 more.
Yeah.
But
But here, yung ang plan lang nila is here in Lipa. Noong time na yan, when we opened that. So the plan is just to open here muna in Lipa. And then just kind of feel the market on how they would it's a bit challenging for here in Lipa because for them kasi hindi pa nila during that time when we opened, hindi nila alam what is gelato. Parang ano ba yan? Anong difference yan sa ice cream? Kaya during the first few years that we opened, when di ba we started 2015, we just have the pints pa lang nung time na yun. And during mga first few years when we opened, it's more of educating people muna. What's the difference between an ice cream and a gelato? And why would they buy gelato?
Okay. Yeah.
Kasi if you see the when they compare kasi the prices, I know that the market is very price sensitive. When they compare the prices kasi it's ang layo ng gap. But kaya nung time na yon, we would tell our guests na go ahead and try our gelato and you taste the difference. Kasi that's the only, diba, that's the only
The
way
only
that you
way.
can, that,
We
ang
give,
hirap kasi kapag
we give them samples. We don't
Oo.
explain anymore.
we don't explain na lang. We try to explain to them, but sometimes kasi medyo technical, di ba? So, ang ginagawa na lang namin is we give them samples. Go ahead, ma'am, try it, and you taste the difference. Even the bazaar days and the trade fairs, talaga we give sample, we're generous with sample. And once they try it naman, there's like, oh, now I taste the difference. Yun naman yung ano sa amin.
Oo.
Yun yung parang satisfying sa amin that they would really taste the difference ng gelato namin versus a regular iced tea.
Yeah.
Ano nga ang difference nun? Creamier? Ano ba? Mas...
Creamier, yes.
It's denser.
It's denser.
The flavor is
oo.
there.
More intense. The flavor is more intense.
Or kahit small amount of gelato, mabubusog ka.
Because it's heavier.
Because it's
It has
heavier.
less air. So it's less air, more gelato.
Okay.
Where do you get your milk?
From here and in Batangas.
In Batangas, we have a cooperative here in Batangas that pasteurizes milk.
Ano yun? Baka o kalabaw?
Baka.
Cow's milk.
Oh.
Cow's milk.
Ang itlog, the eggs come from your family?
Yung recipe niya,
But
for
we don't-
now,
For
wala.
now, kasi the modern
Walang itlog.
have eggs.
Wala.
Eggs.
The modern,
wala- Wala kayong leche flan?
Our leche plan doesn't
flavor?
have eggs.
Wala. Yung custard flavor niya, wala.
Wala
Talaga
rin.
ganun pala yun, ano?
Wala. We get that a lot actually, no? When they say na gelato, oy, may eggs, di ba? Pero yung modern way of
Ganun
doing the
pala.
gelato, wala na sa recipe nila.
Okay.
Yes, because we pasteurize the gelato mix at a higher temperature. And in this temperature, nagiging scrambled eggs ang itlog eh. So we have to do
Oh.
Ganun pala yun.
That's something else.
Yeah.
Why don't you try it? Baka...
Scrambled eggs
No,
gelato.
actually,
Okay. So, what are your plans for the rest of the year? Kasi parang you set up your business in 2015 and then you were planning to expand or open up more shops, but the pandemic happened.
Yes.
So, how did that change your plans? Ano na yung gagawin ninyo ngayon?
For now, what we're trying to do is to offer something new flavors to the customers and to the regular customers, and also
I'm gonna
we're
answer.
thinking of
Division of labor.
diverting a little bit in our product. We'll try to add more products that will be complementing the gelato as well.
I see.
So we're not concentrating just on the gelato, but we're trying to develop another product that will complement the gelato. So that's our goal for until the end of the year.
Okay.
You know, I'm curious. Can you two work together? Ano ba ang division of labor ninyo? Ano ang management style niyong dalawa? And
Just all the administrative, tapos I do all the production.
Yes, that's our
claro.
division.
It's hard to communicate with other people when I'm on production kasi no cell phones allowed in the factory.
Oo.
And then we work tirelessly talaga non-stop. Kasi once we start, we can't stop talaga for sanitary reasons.
So yung recipe mo, sikreto yan.
Yes.
Oo, syempre.
Nakabaul.
I don't even know his recipe actually.
Oh,
Hindi ko
talaga.
alam. Hindi ko nila alam.
We work separately.
We
Sa
work
office lang.
separately.
I'm in production.
That's our division of labor. Lagi ko sinasabi moral support ako with this production.
Okay.
And mostly when we do seminars ako. Pero minsan pala pag production yung mga seminars in terms of yung good manufacturing practices,
Oo.
we attend it both. At least kung halimbawa, kasi at least kung halimbawa wala siya, I can take over. Except for the production. Oh my, pag-production, malaloka yata ako.
Magkaiba talaga yung mga skill sets, di ba?
Yeah.
And that's why you compliment. So,
That's true.
let's learn more about this couple, Jojo,
Yeah, and the ice cream, the
and
gelato.
the gelato that they make after another short break.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga partners, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all. Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
Montero Sport. Elevate your journey.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
And we are back on Spotlight with the king and queen of gelato in Lipa,
Yes.
Batangas.
And we're going to play a game.
Yes.
Ang pangalan ng game ay Who's Most Likely To. So, sasagutin niyo, who's most likely to eat ice cream 3 times a day?
Oh, mga
Mga
ganyan.
who's
Okay.
most likely to, di ba? Yung mga ganun. To get married for the food, for gelato. Mga ganon. Okay. So, ano ang first question?
Who's most likely to, advertise Koibito's World of Gelato to every person you meet?
I mean, between the two of them?
Yes. Sino yung mahiling
Oo. Sinong marketing?
promote?
Oo.
Yeah.
Kasi tahimik to eh.
Ah,
So, it's Angeli.
okay. Okay, who's most likely to forget an employee's name?
Ako, that's
Talaga? Oo.
Parang feeling ko kasi si Roger pag nasa na siya, like when he's creating something.
Oo.
He gets
Parang
into
zone
it.
out.
Oo, zone out. Ganyan
At
na
saka,
creative.
Sign of genius yun.
Oo nga.
Diba? Oo. Yung mga genius, mga ulyani, di ba?
Oo, like, sino na nga? Anong pangalan mo? Joke lang.
We do that always. Genius tayo.
Okay, so next. Who's most likely to cancel plans because of work?
Oo. No date. All of a sudden.
I think both of us.
Talaga?
Very hardworking couple. Do you have kids?
Yes, we have 3 boys.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, yung swerte nila. They have gelato
Oh.
in the house.
Actually, spoiled sila sa gelato.
I'm sure.
Oo.
Sila ba yung official tasters ninyo? Or ano?
Yes, sila the boys.
Mabuti kwan. They don't invite friends na naglilibre.
They're still young eh. They're 6, 4, and almost 2.
Naku.
Cute, baby.
Maghintay ka. Maghintay ka. Baka isang galon yan.
Would give gelato to their classmates.
To their classmates. Yeah.
All of them, yeah.
Parang at least we get the feedback. Then.
Oo nga. Sa bagay.
Tama rin,
Oo.
ano? So, who's likely to get very excited creating a new gelato flavor? But of course,
Roger.
ayun.
Ako, I want to ask, what was the first flavor you developed for your brand? Na original.
The original talaga. That was cookie butter. I used to
Oh,
make cookie butter gelato with yung Lotus na salt.
Lotus na brand.
And
Oo.
it was a hit also.
Yes, I'm sure ang sarap niyan. Okay. Ano
Oh.
pa? Ayan.
Sinong mas matakaw sa dalawa?
Who's most likely to eat gelato every single day? It's still Roger. How do you maintain your weight then?
Oo nga eh.
Well,
The next-
yeah, it's very intense in the production, so I get to exercise there, I guess.
Okay.
Ah,
Or
oo.
exercise and stress. Ganon eh.
Oo.
Very physical.
Physical kasi yung work nila.
Okay.
Baka you can establish a spa na parang ice cream lang ang kakainin mo, ano?
Ay,
Oo.
ano ba yung mga...
Tapos hindi ka tataba.
Oh, ay, oo.
Oo.
Okay, so
Or in moderation lang siguro. The serving size.
Oo, hindi sila, syempre. Controlled, ano?
Yes,
My
control.
God, I can't imagine. Can I live with you for 1 week?
Sure.
gusto niya immersion
Oo.
program. Gelato Factory. Okay.
Big to accommodate you guys.
Yes.
Sige. So, ano pa, Jojo?
Ano pa
Okay na
ba?
yon.
Do you see the children taking over after 25, 30 years?
Yes, actually they've been wanting to help me in production.
Oh,
Tapos it's the middle one who expressed na one day I will be making
Oh.
gelato with Daddy.
so you,
The
so
4-year-old one.
so you have a long-term vision, ha? Hindi lamang yan hobby for the next 3 years or what?
No.
It's a serious.
We're
Oo.
establishing the brand and the
Oo.
business. Not just for us, syempre, for the future.
Oo. Babalik yan sa Italy, ha? At saka sa States, ha?
Oo, to study.
Oo.
To go to the University of
Oo.
Gelato. Grabe,
Oo.
ngayon ko lang nalaman yun eh.
And their flavors will be everywhere na, ha?
Oo. So, are you also planning to work out any collaborations with local businesses?
Oh, they
also?
should.
Oo,
Yung
di ba?
our goal talaga was to penetrate Philippine Airlines kasi it's
Oo.
parang
Oo.
nakaka-proud that
Mm-mm.
you see
Oo.
your product in the Philippine Airlines and then the market pa yung
Ang
parang
sarap,
merong
oh.
mga international passengers that gets to try your gelato.
Mhm.
It was my dream to work
it
with
was his
Philippine
dream talaga
Airlines.
to work.
So if I can fly their
close.
airplanes, if I can fly their airplanes, at least I can serve their passengers.
Oo nga, no. That would put it together yung kanyang original dream, which was to be a pilot.
Oo.
Tapos
Oo
yung
nga,
ice
oo.
cream yun, kanyang personal passion.
Oo.
O, di ba?
Oo,
Let
oo.
them fly together.
Parang circle, ano?
Oo.
You know, yung packaging, you would love to eat it kasi ang ganda ng kulay, oh. Is that yellow?
Yes.
Ang ganda. Nakakagutom pala ang yellow. Oh, mangga eh. Mangga
Oh, it
and all
makes you
that.
think
Oo.
of fruits.
Wow.
Oh, so that's how it looks in your store.
We had 2 of those originally in the shop. So 30 flavors in display.
Where are you near? Anong landmark? How does one get to you?
The outlets in Lima Technology Park, so that's a science technology park here in Lipa.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's just easy to
Spot.
research.
Pwedeng pumasok dun sa technology park.
Yes,
Yes.
so the entrance,
After mall.
kasi magkaiba yung entrance ng mall and yung technology park. So,
It's just there.
so pwede kang, yun, since magkaiba yung entrance nila, you can really go to the outlet.
Oo.
That's the outdoor mall. So, right now kasi since we want, we feel safer in that mall kasi it's outdoor.
Yes.
Oo nga. Oo.
Pandemic. So,
Okay.
before we end the show, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon and sharing your story with our
Oh no, thank you.
viewers.
Thank you for having us.
And maybe if you would like to invite them to visit your store or
Yeah.
your website, please do so before we say goodbye.
Yes, okay. Please visit our Facebook page. It's Koibito's World of Gelato, and also our Instagram, which is Koibitos. And if you happen to be here in Lipa, Batangas, please do visit our store in the outlets at Lima Technology Park, and hope to see you there. Thank you, and stay safe, everyone.
Ayan. And eat gelato.
Yes.
And be happy.
Be happy, yan.
And-
Good vibes kasi, di ba?
Oo.
When,
Yeah.
when you're eating gelato.
I think
The
nakaka-in
experience.
love.
Ayun. Yun ang ating ending. Magandang ending yun. Eat Koibitos and fall in love. Okay. Fall in love with gelato. Kayo naman eh. Okay, so thank you very much once again. This has been Spotlight. I'm Dina Ventura.
I'm Jojo Silvestre.
See you next week.
Yes. Bye.